Hey everyone, my name is PJ Medine. I play guitar in the band Breakthrough, and today I am taking a look at the SD-2 stereo wireless in-ear monitoring system by Melonare. Melonare's SD-2 system is advertised as being a stereo wireless in-ear monitoring system. It offers 50 channels, 50 meters of range in an ideal environment, and it offers auto scan, which is supposed to automatically scan the environment for unused frequencies so that you don't have to deal with interference while you're using the system. The plan for today is that I'm going to show you how to use the system, then we will assess the audio quality and the latency, and then I will let you know what I think. On the face of the transmitter, we have the power button, a dial that controls the output level from the transmitter to the receiver, the frequency set controls, and then on the other side we have the IR window, we have the headphone out, and then the volume control for the headphone out. On the back of the transmitter we have the power input, a bracket to hold your power cable so it can't be ripped out of the socket, 2 XLR inputs, a pad switch that offers 12 decibel attenuation, and then the jack for the antenna. Before I turn on the transmitter, I just want to quickly point out that as the screen lights up, you're briefly going to see mono listed here, but I confirmed with Melonare that there is not actually a way to switch the system into mono mode. To turn on the transmitter, hold in the power button. You see that the screen turns on pretty quickly. We're going to take a look at the different functions now, and we're going to start with auto scan. Auto scan searches for available frequencies and then chooses one for you. Just be aware that when the transmitter chooses a frequency, you will still have to sync the transmitter with the receiver, and I'll show you how to do that here in a moment. To engage auto scan, hold in the set button. It's going to scan for an available frequency. There we go. Now we're going to focus on the receiver a little bit later, but for right now, I just want to quickly show you how to sync the receiver and the transmitter. I'm going to turn on the receiver. Now you'll notice that the receiver is using a different frequency than the transmitter. To sync the two, open up the battery compartment on the receiver. You see a little red IR window. We're going to quickly press set. It's going to look for the receiver. I'm going to hold the IR window up to the IR window on the transmitter, and now the two are synced. To manually change the channel that's being used, tap the set button twice. You'll notice that channel starts blinking. You can then use the up and down arrows to change things. Once you've selected a frequency, just hit the set button once. You'll notice that the RF button here is going to start to blink. You can just leave it. The transmitter offers a couple of different output settings, RF low and RF high. RF low is for if you're in a venue where you're standing close to the transmitter. RF high is for if you're in a venue where you need to stand a little further away. In order to change whether or not you're using RF low or RF high, hit the set button 3 times. You can change it to RF high by hitting the up button. To change it to low, hit the down button and then just hit set. You'll notice that the lock button starts to blink. You can just leave that. To lock the transmitter on your selected frequency so that it cannot accidentally be changed, tap the set button 4 times. You can then use the up or down arrows to change it as needed. To lock it, you want to hit the up arrow, then you can just hit set. To unlock it, tap set 4 times. Choose the down arrow and hit set. Let's talk about the audio feed level indicators over here. Since the transmitter has 2 audio inputs on the back, one for left, one for right, it has 2 different indicators for you so that you can know what the level is of the audio coming into your transmitter. And now we're going to take a look at the receiver. On the top of the receiver, we have our antenna, our headphone out, and then 2 stacked dials. This smaller top dial functions as both the power control as well as the master volume for your receiver. Why does your receiver need a master volume? Well, that's where this bigger dial comes in here. The way this system works is that it sends whatever's plugged into the left input on the transmitter to your left earbud, and whatever's plugged into the right input on your transmitter to your right earbud. This dial here is listed as the panning control for your receiver. However, it's not truly a panning control. You can't use it to move what's in your left earbud to your right or your right to your left. Those 2 signals remain panned hard, left or right. This dial simply functions as a separate volume control for your left or right earbuds. So yes, it is intended that you wear both of your earbuds while performing so that you can hear both the signals coming in from the left and right. If you take out one of those earbuds, you will not be able to hear the signal that's being sent to that earbud. On the face of the receiver, we have the frequency being used, the battery power indicator, the fact that it's stereo. Yes, there is a faded out mono option, but you cannot switch over to mono, and then your audio feed levels. On the back of the receiver, we have the belt clip. We also have a battery compartment that I showed you briefly earlier. You open that up by squeezing these little tabs found on either side of that faceplate. To turn off the receiver, turn the volume dial all the way to the left until it clicks. To turn off the transmitter, hold in the power button. Now let's see how this system sounds. Real quick heads up before we get into the audio quality assessment, the signal from the SD-2 is going to be panned center when you're listening to it. When I use headphones with the receiver, it's automatically panned hard left. When that signal goes from the receiver into my audio interface, it gets repanned center. There isn't anything I'm able to do to fix that, at least not that I'm aware of. So I'm not going to be able to show you how it sounds when you have a signal coming in from one ear and another signal coming in from another. My apologies. All right, let's go ahead and move into the audio quality assessment.
For this audio quality assessment, I'm using my JP7. I'm running the JP7 into my KSR series preamp. I'll be using the clean channel today. I'm running the series into my Flamma FS07 capstan, which has stereo outs. From the left out, I'm running a line directly into my audio interface. From the right out, I'm running a line into the SD2 transmitter, which is transmitting to the receiver. I'm then running a line from the receiver into my audio interface. So I'm going to be recording one thing on this guitar, but the DAW is going to be recording it as two separate tracks. When I'm done recording, we will take a listen to the two tracks and compare the audio quality and then assess the latency. Okay, let's start with the cable. All right, and now the SD2. No real noticeable difference there, so let's assess the latency now. Starts at 42.824. Let's check the SD2 now. All right, starts at 42.832, so that's about 8 milliseconds. 8 milliseconds sounds like it's a lot, but you're likely not going to feel that. I will record using just the SD2 though, and I'll let you know if I can feel it. Yeah, I didn't feel anything.
So what do I think about the SD-2? Well, I like the fact that it's affordable, and I think that it's great that Melonare is working to make wireless in-ear monitoring more accessible to more musicians. As for what I don't like the fact that the left input runs only to the left ear and the right input runs only to the right ear. I feel like it'd be easier to deal with a mono signal in both ears, but then again, you can't change the system over to provide a mono signal. I mean, what if you only have one audio signal coming in from your audio source? Well, you're only going to be getting that in one of your two ears. I mean, if you're okay with that setup, great. Then you at least have the silver lining that you can run a line in from your soundboard or your audio source into the left input and say an additional line out of whatever gear you're using into the right input. And then you have the ability on the receiver to vary the audio levels between your two ears. So if you want a little bit more of yourself, you can use the receiver to bump your audio level in your right ear. There you go. If you're interested in getting an SD-2 for yourself, go ahead and check out my video description. I'll throw some links down there. As always, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Medine's Make Music for more. Thank you.